Hi there. Welcome back to Sit with Suraj. In one of our previous episodes, we talked about sustainability. One school student watched it and he did a very inspiring thing. So, more about those details in our next episode. But for today, we have another guest who is in the sustainability space, and I'm pretty sure students watching this, following this on YouTube, will draw some inspiration or the other. Welcome to the show, Abhishek.
Thank you very much, Suraj, for calling me here and giving us the chance to talk to the young generation of the future. Thank you for
Our
calling
pleasure.
us.
So you are a worried man these days.
Yeah.
Tell me what's bothering you.
There are multiple things bothering me, but one thing which bothers me a lot
Mm-hmm.
nowadays
Mm-hmm.
is the young generation and the young people, anyone who you see today, are very much on marketplaces.
Okay.
Why that worried me a lot is the items which is coming to the houses
Mm-hmm.
is not that worried me, but in which parcels they are coming, in plastic, in cardboards,
Mm-hmm.
that worries me a lot
Okay. Okay.
because the amount of waste
Mm-hmm.
is being created
Mm-hmm.
with that parcels is huge.
Mm-hmm.
You might take any big players in the market,
Mm-hmm.
might be Swiggy, Zomato, Amazon, Flipkart. Do you believe that one parcel of a Swiggy creates 83 grams of plastic?
Wow. Every parcel.
Every parcel.
Okay. That's the bare minimum.
That's
Right.
the bare minimum. Might be whatever the number of parcels you
Mm-hmm.
cater. But any customer ordered three parcels, one customer order one parcel. So
Right.
collaboratively, when we have done a data analytics,
Mm-hmm. On an
on
average.
an average, it is 83 grams. And when you go to other marketplaces like Blinkit
Mm-hmm.
or Flipkart,
Mm-hmm.
it caters 1 kg 30 grams.
Mm.
In that, cardboard and plastic is also there.
Yeah.
So now that worries me a lot because the population of Hyderabad today is 1.5 crores.
Mm.
And every day there
Mm.
are 8 to 7 lakh of parcels delivered
Wow.
only in Hyderabad.
Wow.
I'm just talking about these four big players.
Mm.
I'm not talking about any other player.
Mm.
If I give you numbers
Mm-hmm.
and the amount of deliveries that is happening,
Mm.
if I say post office
Mm.
as a government player,
Right.
how many parcels are been there delivering?
Right.
There are many other delivering partners
Mm.
in D2C market.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
So everything is whatever it is
Mm.
delivered in a packet
Correct.
or in a cardboard. And today we are talking about not to cut trees.
Mm.
You want to change
Mm.
the ecosystem.
Mm.
You want to add value in the climate change. Is it possible?
Absolutely. Now I understand why you are really, really worried. So tell the viewers who you are and what you do at your organization.
My name is Abhishiek Agarwal, and I am CEO and the founder of Goodie Bag, which I have started in 2022. Just seeing that the amount of waste that is been creating by an individual, by any household, how can we monetize that? How can we, process that into a very simple way? Because in today's world, every other individual is on your technology. So we have built a tech where you can just download the app, you can schedule a pickup, we'll come to your home, we'll pick your bag, and we give you reward points in return. So this is the whole system for an individual is free. And it's not about only giving reward points, it's about what is the amount of waste you're creating at your home. You have an accountability of credit and debit. Whatever the amount of parcels you are bringing at your home, you can have that amount of credibility where you can say, okay, this is the amount of waste I have created and this is I have debited from my house. and I've given for the recycling process. So this is how we have created all the ecosystem. And today I'm very much happy that we have impacted 25,000 households who are associated with us. So this is all about me in a small introduction what I want to give it.
Fantastic, fantastic, Abhishek. I mean, so basically, you are saying a typical aggregator, the delivery boy brings parcels to your houses.
Yeah.
So your delivery boys or your volunteers or your team members, they come empty-handed to your house
Yeah.
and take parcels and
Yeah.
parcel material,
Yes.
any household wastage back.
Yeah.
And then you take it through the recycling process or however you want to
Yes.
dispose that material.
Yes.
Fantastic, fantastic. So if you talked briefly about households, and has it always been that easy working with households, or you mentioned a number 25,000? Should that have been a higher number or a lower number? How has been your journey with these households? How has been their behavior? If you could elaborate.
Yes. So it is very tough
Mm,
to convince someone
mm,
because this is not their need.
mhm,
That they think that this is not my duty because we are paying tax.
mhm,
This is the government need to address this, not we.
mm,
So मेरा काम तो है कि I just throw
mm,
and rest the government need to take this initiative.
mhm,
But in my case, I say that every individual duty is to support this,
mhm,
to initiate this from their homes.
mm,
It is not because we are creating that waste.
mhm.
Government or some other people are not creating that.
Correct.
And we need to have that accountability
Mm, right.
that at least not for us
Mhm.
but to the future generations, we need to see how good ambience we are living in the future.
Right. So, I mean, that is one perspective.
Yeah.
Users not wanting to do it. I'm pretty sure there are certain users or households
Yeah.
who are already segregating
Yeah.
waste, who are kind of doing their bit. But what you are also proposing or suggesting to them is instead of throwing it unsegregated, if you can segregate them, have it picked up, not just paper, plastic, cardboards, it could be electronics. I'm guessing it is
Yes.
electronics too.
Yes.
So all this can not end up in landfills
Yes.
and then be recycled,
Yes.
reused in whichever way
Yeah.
that is apt for those. So I get you. I get you when you say there is customer education that is required.
Yeah.
So would you want to briefly touch on how corporates, you want corporates to be a part of this? Because corporates, again, are large in number. They are employees who are aware. Uh, they get a lot of information from within the HR of the corporates about a lot of these good stuff. So if a corporate would want to join, what path do they take to be a part of your mission?
See, if corporates want to join and if they really want to do something in waste management, they are already creating their own ecosystem, a good ecosystem in their office. But
Mhm.
if they want to take this one step ahead
Mhm.
with their employees, they have to just download the app
Mhm.
where they can support Goodie Bag directly.
Mhm.
As in other marketplaces, what are there in the platforms, it's as simple as they can collaborate with Goodie Bag. They can give an education that why this is very need of an hour,
Mhm.
how that employee can support their corporates,
Right.
how can they decrease carbon footprints,
Mm.
how can they decrease cutting of trees.
Mm.
So by a small initiative
Mhm.
or by a small interview or by a small educate to their employees,
Mhm.
that can be only you know uh, you know uh,
It can help
they can
spread the
help to
word.
they can spread the word along in their employees, and that can be started. It is nothing that they need to sign an MOU, or it is nothing to do with that
Mhm.
thing. In my case,
Mhm.
it is only a word of mouth,
Correct.
and they can give it to their employees that okay, if you are doing this as an incentive like how we are giving to our customers, they can say that this is the Diwali gift. Nowadays you can give a carbon footprint or Diwali gift to your employee.
Right.
So what you can ask your employees that what contribution you have done in the society, not directly but indirectly.
No, as such, I think, see, the way I look at it is everybody wants to do it,
Yeah.
everybody wants to pitch in.
Yeah.
It is just the path
Yeah.
or a slight nudge that
Nudge.
is required. A
Yes.
nudge could be if you have an Amazon on your app,
Yeah.
then download Goodie Bag.
Yes.
If you have a Swiggy on your
Yeah.
mobile phone, then download Goodie Bag. A bit of awareness, a bit of a nudge. I think you will get there.
Yeah, that's what we are also now collaborating with multiple stakeholders. I may say Swiggy, Zomato, Amazon, Flipkart as a corporate when you're talking about that how they are delivering the product where we can bring more and more people into this ecosystem is only when you give them something which they don't think of.
Right.
Suppose tomorrow I say I'll take your garbage or I'll take your all waste material from your home and in return I'll give you 1 kg of rice. That will be a surprising to them that you are coming to my house, you are picking up, and in return you are also giving me a kg of rice.
Right. We all appreciate a little
Yeah,
reward here and
reward in there.
there. Yeah, yeah,
So that makes that effort,
Mm.
that makes that industry more viable, more people to think on that ecosystem.
Right.
So that is where we bought the process, the same process in Goodie Bag.
So we spoke about households, we spoke about corporates. Is there any other area that you want to go and say, hey, here's a mass movement that we are trying to bring in? Would you also want to participate?
I'll just ask the young generations with your channel to the children who are young to take this industry more far is that let them start from their childhood, because as I'm 37 now, so my mother and father has not taught me that you have to segregate, you should not eat in this, you should not eat in that.
But they didn't have that
that
problem there.
that problem there at that time, because we used to go to the supermarket with the bag and we used to bring everything.
Correct.
But today you have on your fingertips. So now if the child, because nowadays children are very much intelligent
Correct.
in this today AI world, with they know everything before what we know.
Correct.
So if they start expressing their thoughts to their parents that what we need to do and this is to the future what we are they want to live into.
Okay.
So tomorrow we'll die after 30 40 years, but they have to be there for another 70 years. So they need to have the clean ambience and
It's
clean
more like self-help for them.
self-help for that.
But if you want to talk precisely, if a school uh, wants to join,
Yeah.
or a student wants to join, I remember you sometime back talking about you literally giving out a goodie bag
Yeah.
in schools,
Yes.
and they're coming back
Yeah.
with the waste material
Yes.
in terms of paper, cardboard, and things like that. Would you want to specifically chart out that a student can do this if they want to be a part of, or if they would like to be a part of?
A very good initiative what we have done with the schools is that whenever we go to school and when we talk about this is a completely 1 year one academic year where they can participate as an event, or is a it can be a complete academic year where student every day what he is doing, whatever the reward points he is getting on our platform,
Okay.
he can buy a school dress in end of the academic year,
Wow. Okay.
where the school will also have that pledge and the student will also have that pledge that the school dress what he is wearing today is with the waste what he used to throw outside in a dustbin and where it was going into landfills. Today he bought a school dress with that waste. And the school pride was, suppose you have 1,000 students in the school or 2,000 kids in the school, that pledge that today my complete school is wearing a dress which we have bought it with the waste.
That's a very powerful message. That's a very
Yeah,
powerful message, and that kind of inherently builds that whatever you call it, the psyche or user behavior
yeah,
within the student itself.
yes.
That sustainability is something that is no more an option.
No more option.
No more an option. We have to build a sustainable environment for ourselves,
Yes.
kind of a thing. Fantastic. So we covered households, we covered corporates, we covered schools and colleges. Um, you and I, we the commonality, if we have to take, it's being a social enterprise,
Yeah.
right? With a lot of good intention in itself will not run the organization,
Yeah.
right? So how, I mean, how do you sustain, and how do you think an investor looking at your company should, I mean, what is your expectation from an investor, if I could put it that
See, expectation from an investor is one big thing is that this industry is very big.
way? Yeah.
If I say Indian market, it is 32.5 billion US dollar market. Okay. It is only that how we need to onboard that dollars.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's only that everything is going into waste,
Mm.
into landfills. We are not able to bring that back.
Mm.
And that is where Goodie Bag is trying to bring that back to process system,
Mm.
where it should not go into the landfills. This all money is going into landfills.
Correct. Right.
When I said to you that
Mm.
why? Because we are not able to collect that small pieces of material.
Mm.
And if we are starting collecting that,
Mm.
and we are making $1 million company,
Mhm.
and anyone we are showing that this is the ecosystem what we have built, I think that investor will also come to know.
Mhm.
And I'll also say to any investor that whatever we are trying to build
Mhm.
in whatever ecosystem, today if I would have said 15 years back that I can deliver you a product in 10 minutes, you would have said me you are a mad person. How could you deliver in 10 minutes? And today I'll sitting here and I'll say that tomorrow I'll pick the waste in 10 minutes. You'll say me mad, but it is it will happen.
No, I can see that. I can see that definitely happening.
Yeah.
I mean, tech is in place. It's a matter of bringing all the right resources together.
Yeah.
Intent is obviously there. Tech is there. It is just to waiting to make it
Make
happen.
it happen. For an investor point of view,
Mm-hmm.
I think there is a very big market.
Mm-hmm.
There is a very big vision what we are taking along.
Mm-hmm.
It only a time being
Mm.
that I have to see that how can it be scalable.
Mm-hmm.
Today we are in Hyderabad.
Okay.
Recently on 12th of February we have launched in Calcutta.
Mm-hmm.
So we are now slowly growing in that market.
That's fantastic news. I mean, when you say you've grown in Calcutta,
Yeah.
what do you mean by that? I mean, you have now people picking up
Yes.
at doorsteps.
Yes. Now we have started in Calcutta too,
Mm-hmm.
where we have collaborated with one of the organization there also.
Mm-hmm.
So now we are expanding our wings.
Okay.
People are now accepting what we are doing it.
Okay. And in Hyderabad, it's already set.
In
You can
Hyderabad is
download the app
yeah,
and then say, okay, I want to schedule
yes,
and so time, and then people will come and pick up.
yes. So it's as easy as you book your any other product
Mm-hmm.
or a food on any other platforms.
Okay.
So we have made this industry to look like it is easy
Mm.
and it has some value to it.
Right. Right. And if you were to list what all can be picked up, I mean, just for the sake of our viewers, what would that be?
We are the one in India where we pick everything. We pick even chocolate wrappers, chips packet, all single-use plastic.
Okay.
Everything what you have at your home might be a milk packet, Swiggy, Zomato, Amazon, Flipkart packets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
When you brush your teeth, you have toothbrush.
Mm-hmm.
when you have a paste,
Mhm.
when that is been empty, you can give that. You can give your shampoo bottles,
Mm.
everything which can be recycled.
And
So
so you
we
are
make
like,
sure that nothing goes into landfills.
exactly, that's what I was trying to tell. I mean, you are like that gatekeeper. So don't let anything go into landfill.
Landfill. Because we are standing on a very big, I may say disaster,
Absolutely. Yeah.
where today we are not able to see from our naked eyes,
Mm-hmm.
but down the line 10 years or 15 years, whatever we are talking today,
Mm-hmm.
if you are now, will be posting on the YouTube
Yeah.
and people will review it. After 15 years, if you see what we are talking today,
Mm-hmm.
will exactly hit what I'm saying today.
People are aware. It is just that, I mean, more and more people like you come in, bringing such consciousness, such avenues, I would say.
Yeah,
People always knew. I mean, I myself am carrying a lot of e-waste.
yeah.
I've been collecting a lot of electronic items, but I did not know where to dispose them on. So probably now I know where to go and then probably get that picked up. So yeah, so we've talked about a lot of things. Can you look at, I mean, how does it obviously is not easy, right? I mean, we have many different careers to choose from. Choosing this over others, uh, what are your thoughts? I mean, how has it been with your family, with friends, and
Now you have put me into very emotional part of my life.
yeah. Every startup entrepreneur would have a story. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Go for it.
So if I say that part of my life, I have started. I was not into this ecosystem. I have started my journey because a tagline of Agarwal
Mm-hmm.
caters many things.
Correct.
Okay, the
Mm.
reputation, the society, community,
Right.
family, relations, everything. So when I have started this, before that I was into logistics.
Uh-huh.
So that was my business that I was running from past 12, 13 years. I was doing good. I was working with many corporates like Toshiba, L&T, BHL, and suddenly one fine day I sold out my company.
Mm.
And suddenly my family was like, now what?
Mm.
So I told that I have started this waste management and this is what I want to do. Suddenly everyone was into shock. How could you do a kachra business? That how could I go and say to the society that what your elder son is doing? So for me, doing this was not a business. When I have seen things are not in our control
Mm-hmm.
and something will happen to the society in the coming time
Mm-hmm.
where people are not able to judge today, but tomorrow they will appraise me that what I am doing today.
Mm-hmm.
So that where the family was opposed to,
Mm-hmm.
they have not spoken with me from 2 years, like it was long that okay, वो बोलते हैं ना that you can't do anything,
Mm.
but you have to go to the vision what you were thinking about.
True.
I know that I was doing something
Mm.
against
Mm.
the family, against my
Against the
wife,
norms.
knobs,
Yeah.
go somebody who would have talking to my father, mother, or wife that what is your husband doing, what is your son doing.
Mm.
So they would have said the last business what I was doing, not the current business what I was running.
Mm. Yeah.
So many times it was like going to some functions or something like you know escaping that.
Mm.
So now today,
Mm.
where I'm standing,
Mm.
I'm proud to say that today we have collected 70 lakh kgs of plastic and cardboard.
Wow. That's a
And
matter of huge pride.
huge pride. And next, people talk about plant trees. With this ecosystem, what I have built today,
Mm-hmm.
we have saved 3,500 trees not to cut. By recycling,
Mm-hmm.
the material what it has, it would have landed in the landfills.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We have
Awesome.
saved
Mm.
1,000 species of birds and fishes, I may say, in the ocean I'm talking about,
Okay.
where if that would have not gone,
Mm.
then the species of some birds or some animals would have died.
Fishes and things like that.
And cows, I must say that wherever you see the the cows or buffaloes who were eating that plastic would land in their stomach, that would have not gone into their
Absolutely.
ecosystem.
Absolutely.
So that I am just feeling a proud. Okay, might be I will, all ifs and buts are there in the process system, but today I am very much proud that okay, at least I have done something.
And this is just a beginning, right? I
It's
mean,
a
just
beginning.
Hyderabad and Kolkata very recently,
Yeah.
and you have the whole India as your playground. So wonderful. I mean, I'm pretty sure family, they're always with us. It
Yeah.
is just a matter of time. So we're coming to a close. I'll stop with two questions.
Yeah.
One is, if somebody is trying to get into the sustainability space, into waste management, into all the relevant areas, as a startup, what message would you want to give a upcoming or a newbie startup coming into this space?
If somebody want to enter into this space, the first thing he need to understand, you will be having a tagline of kachra.
Mm,
You need to have that into your mind first. You need to come out with that mind.
mm,
And people will oppose you
mhm,
till the time when you have not achieved something.
mhm,
And many people think that in this sustainability there is no income, there is no profits. But as in me, I'll say that there is 100% profitability.
mhm,
Players like me,
mm,
they have to be more 100 players like me.
mm. There is scope for that.
There is
That's what you're
scope for
saying.
that
Yeah, yeah.
because I alone can't come
Correct.
and collect everything.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And if somebody want to learn
Mm-hmm.
what I'm doing and how I am doing, I'm very much happy
Mm-hmm.
to train them,
That is
to
very
give
gracious.
my idea how you can come into the market.
Mm-hmm.
So all to my youngsters who want to enter,
Mm-hmm.
come out,
Mm-hmm.
put your hands into that dirt who don't want to put,
Mm-hmm.
just who want to stand behind and say that यहाँ गंदा हो रहा है, ये
Mm-hmm.
गंदा मत करो.
Mm-hmm.
गंदा हम कर रहे हैं
Mm-hmm.
और हम दूसरों को बोलेंगे कि आप गंदा मत करो.
Correct. Correct.
So first we, if we don't cleaning our own home, home is this universe.
Correct. True.
We are only the part and parcel for time being on in that house in which you are staying.
Very good. Very apt message. So finally, for those who are watching this, apart from asking them to download Goodie Bag, which I am also saying I will download, what is the message that you want to kind of give them in terms? It could be collaborations, it could be anything. I mean, what do you want to give out as a message?
One message I want to give to each and every person who is watching this is whatever you are doing in your field, wherever you are, just see that everything whatever you are creating, waste around you, it should be disposed in a right process,
Mm-hmm.
in the right way. You might give it to anyone in the industry, not me,
Mm-hmm.
but everything should have an accountability. And it should start from your home. Don't wait others to do.
Mm-hmm.
You start your own and proceed how I have started in 22.
Mm-hmm.
I was alone when I started, and today I am here.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
So I want to give everyone one message: start from your home, don't wait for the others.
Awesome. With those words, I really, really thank you, Abhishek, for being on the show. Great messages, great story, and I'm hoping you spread like wildfire.
Thank you very much. I just want to give you a last message. We have seen a very big disaster in 2019 when COVID hit.
Right.
Okay, that was a message to each and every person who is alive on this universe. Nothing changed that time. only one thing, behavior change. What we used to do in our 90s, that same ecosystem has come in 2019. Good food, without any marketplace, we were living good. There were no medical emergencies. Everything was homemade, everything was on time. It was only a behavior change that has happened that 2 years. If we can change that behavior, we can change the universe.
Awesome. Awesome. Great words. Thank you so much again.
Thank you very much.